In this video, I want to give a couple of hints on Computer Programming 1, Programming Assignment Number 1, Part 2. Now, first of all, you can start with the program that you've already done for Part 1 and just add a few things to it. So let's take a look. Here's one of the projects I was grading. This project in very good shape because you see that all of the methods have JavaDoc. Could probably put a little more description up here, but nonetheless, the class has JavaDoc, the methods have JavaDoc, looks very good. We know that we can automatically create getters and setters by doing something like this, private double Kelvin, okay? And then we can use NetBeans refactor method to say refactor, and then we'll say introduce, encapsulate fields. So that's an easy way to create getter and setter. I'm using Kelvin as an example. You don't need to do Kelvin in your project, so I'll go ahead and delete that. But nonetheless, you see that it creates the JavaDoc template for you. It creates the methods for you. Very quick way to do it. Now, the trick is if we do not, this is the biggest trick with part 2 of the assignment. We have two different variables here which are redundant. We don't need to save the same temperature into two different variables, because what if they get out of sync? We know that 4 degrees Celsius, 4.44 Celsius is about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. But we don't need to save those in two different variables because we can always calculate one based on the other. The risk of having two different variables is what if we change one and not the other? So the first thing we need to do is take a look at the assignment, and we see that get Celsius should have an equation in it, and then set Celsius should also have an equation in it. So the first thing to do is delete this attribute here. And honestly, when I grade, one of the things I'm going to be looking for is there only one attribute, and is it called Fahrenheit? As a matter of fact, you should see that in the instructions that there should only be one attribute, and it should be called Fahrenheit. Okay, now we take a look, and suddenly we're redlining. Now don't worry about the spelling here. Those red lines are just because Fahrenheit and Celsius are proper names. It wants us to capitalize those. Those are not important, but these are. Do you see how get Celsius wants to return this value that no longer exists? Well, okay, Celsius doesn't exist, but Fahrenheit does exist. And if we have Fahrenheit, we can figure out Celsius. So what if we do something like this? We put the equation in like so, return Fahrenheit minus 32 times 5 over 9. And you can store that in an intermediate variable. Looks like I just had a little copy-paste error there. 1 second. Okay, I retyped it just without copy-paste and took care of the error. That's what we want to do. Now the set Celsius method, again, we cannot set Celsius because there is no more attribute called Celsius. But what can we do? If we can't set Celsius, we can set Fahrenheit, because we know that we can calculate Fahrenheit from Celsius. And what's the equation to do that? Well, it's this one right here. Now, I don't want to do the whole project for you. I want you to have a bit of learning experience, but keep in mind what I did here. Do something very similar here. The only difference is it should be an assignment, not a return. And we should be assigning a value to Fahrenheit here by accepting Celsius, putting it through this equation, 1.8 times Celsius plus 32, and assigning that variable to Fahrenheit. Do that, and part 2 of your assignment should be in good shape. As always, I'm here to help you, so feel free to send me an email if you get stuck. Tell me what I can do to help your progress, where you're stuck, what error message you're getting, if you're having syntax issues. I'm happy to answer questions via email, in person. Just give me a bit of advance notice because we'll do it on a day when I'm on campus, which is generally just one day a week. Or online, I can help you out that way too. So give it a try. I look forward to seeing your submissions. Thank you.